Found your name inside an old cafe, written on a napkin we forgot. The coffee's cold, the chair is empty now, but somehow you're still here, inside these quiet thoughts. The rain still knows the streets we used to walk. Every corner whispers who we were. Time keeps moving, but my heart remains exactly where you left it first. Maybe forever was never measured by time. Maybe goodbye was only written for us. You're the last letter you never read, the last forever you'll never believe. Every sunrise still carries pieces of your smile, and every midnight calls your name a while. If love can disappear, then why are you still here, inside every dream? I cannot leave. You're the last letter you never read. The photographs have started fading slow, but your laughter never leaves this room. Every melody still sounds like home, even though I'm singing here alone. People tell me life goes on somehow, but they never knew what we became. Some hearts keep beating long after love has forgotten someone's name. I tried to silence every memory we made, that day, you'll always be the last letter you never read. Some memories fade, some promises break, but the truest love never really leaves. It simply learns to live inside the silence. I found your handwriting tonight, hidden in an old desk drawer. The paper's worn, the ink is fading, but it still feels just like before. Every word still knows my heartbeat, every line still calls my name. Funny how a simple letter can set a soul on fire again. I try to lock these memories away, but they always find the key. Every page becomes another road, leading you back to me. You never read the last letter that I wrote. Every tear became a sentence, every word was filled with hope. If love could cross the distance, maybe you'd come back instead. Now all that's left between us is the last letter you never read. The coffee's cold beside the window, morning slowly fills the sky, but your shadow stays beside me like you never said goodbye. I still hear your quiet laughter, living somewhere in these walls. Even silence sounds familiar when your memory softly calls. Time keeps telling me to let you go, but my heart still disagrees. Some goodbyes become forever, some forever never leaves. You never read the last letter that I wrote. Every page was full of promises that never found their home. If I could rewrite yesterday, I'd choose you once again. Now all I have to hold is the last letter you never read. Maybe somewhere across another lifetime, you'll hear every word I never got to say. Maybe every broken story still becomes a song someday. You never read the last letter from my heart. Still I write your name in silence, though we're oceans apart. If memories are forever, then forever will remain inside these quiet pages, where love still knows your name. So if the wind should find you some distant autumn day, maybe it will carry the words I couldn't say. And somewhere in the silence, you'll finally understand. You were always the home I never left. When the lights forgot your name. The room is quiet, almost sacred, just the hum of midnight rain. Your sweater's hanging by the doorway, like you're walking in again. There's a picture turned face down now, but I know every line by heart. Funny how a little silence can still tear a man apart. I tried to close the door behind us, tried to leave the past where it belongs, but every shadow in this apartment still remembers all our songs. When the lights forgot your name, I still whispered it the same, like the dark would bring you back to me, like love had never changed. Every street, every flame still burns with what we became. Even when the whole world moved on, I stayed where your memory remains. When the lights forgot your name. I drove by that old corner diner where we used to lose the time. You would laugh before you answered, like forever was on our side. Now the city shines without us, neon ghosts on empty glass, and I keep reaching for a future that got buried in the past. Maybe healing isn't leaving, maybe it's learning how to breathe, with all the pieces of a promise still broken underneath. When the lights forgot your name, I still whispered it the same, like the dark would bring you back to me, like love had never changed. Every street, every flame still burns with what we became. Even when the whole world moved on, I stayed where your memory remains. When the lights forgot your name. If I had one more night to hold you, one more chance to make it right, I would tell you all the things I buried somewhere in my pride, that I never stopped believing you were more than just a phase. You were the reason every lonely room still echoes with your shade. When the lights forgot your name, I was still calling through the pain, still tracing every part of us, like it never slipped away. Every road, every rain still leads me back again. Even if your heart found someone new, mine still breaks in your old place. And when the lights forgot your name, I loved you just the same. Now the night is fading slowly, and the city starts to wake, but somewhere in the quiet, you're still the song I cannot break. Somewhere between goodbye and forever, there's a coffee cup still by the window, the rain, and the chair across the kitchen still leans a little the same. I tell myself I've packed the pieces of everything we used to be, but every room inside this house still whispers you to me. I thought time would take your shadow and leave me something new, but every road I've tried to follow still turns and runs to you. I'm somewhere between goodbye and forever, between letting go and holding on, between the life I'm trying to build now and the one we left undone. I say your name inside my silence, like it still belongs to me. I'm somewhere between goodbye and forever, and you're still somewhere in between. The city glows in midnight colors, but it don't feel warm tonight. There's 1,000 people moving, and I'm alone in all this light. I drove past where we used to meet, that little place on 8th and Main. I almost turned the car around to feel your ghost again. Maybe healing isn't leaving, maybe it's learning how to stay with all the parts of love that broke but never walked away. I'm somewhere between goodbye and forever, between letting go and holding on, between the life I'm trying to build now and the one we left undone. I say your name inside my silence, like it still belongs to me. I'm somewhere between goodbye and forever, and you're still somewhere in between. If I had one more night beside you, one more chance to get it right, I'd hold you like the world was ending and beg the dawn to lose the light. I'd tell you all the words I buried, all the fear I couldn't show, how loving you became the only thing I never learned to let go. I'm somewhere between goodbye and forever, between the ache and what remains, between the empty side of my bed and the memory of your name. I still find you in the quiet, in the songs, the smoke, the street lights too. I'm somewhere between loves don't end, they just stop being spoken out loud. When the lights forgot your name, the coffee shop still opens early, the corner table's still the same. People come and go like seasons, but nothing here has really changed. The city keeps on moving forward, while I remain somewhere behind, holding conversations with shadows you left inside my mind. And every road I take still somehow leads to you, no matter how far I run, there's nothing I can do. When the lights forgot your name, I was still calling it softly. When the world moved on without us, I was still holding on. Honestly, every memory stayed alive long after love had walked away. When the lights forgot your name, my heart remembered every day. Yeah, your picture fades a little slower than every promise we once made. I still hear your voice in silence, like a song that never fades. The moon still hangs above the rooftop, just like the nights we used to share. And sometimes when the wind is blowing, I still believe you're there. Maybe healing means learning how to live with pain, but some loves leave a mark that forever remains. When the lights forgot your name, I was still calling it softly. When the world moved on without us, I was still holding on. Honestly, every memory stayed alive long after love had walked away. When the lights forgot your name, my heart remembered every day. If I could stand beside you for one more night beneath the stars, I'd tell you every word I buried in my heart. I'd tell you that forever never felt long enough. And even now you're still the story I can't stop writing. When the lights forgot your name, I was still whispering your memory. And the years erased our footprints, you'll remain a part of me. Every dream still carries pieces of the life we couldn't save. When the lights forgot your name, my heart remembered every day. Some names disappear from the world, but never from the heart. came home late, the hallway quiet, your picture frame still on the wall. The lamp beside the window's glowing, like you never left at all. Your sweater's folded on the chair now, your book is open where you read, and every little thing you touched here still feels alive to me. I keep telling myself you're only a memory now, but memory has a voice and I still hear it somehow. The night still sounds like you, like your footsteps in the other room, like your laughter in the half-light, like the way you said I'll be home soon. And every silence in this house still carries something I can't lose. No matter how much time goes by, the night still sounds like you. I drove past where we used to meet, that little diner by the rain. The waitress asked if I was waiting, and I almost said your name. The city keeps its own secrets, but mine are written in the dark. In every street and every window, you still leave your mark. Maybe love doesn't leave, it just changes shape somehow. It becomes the quiet ache I'm still living with right now. The night still sounds like you, like your footsteps in the other room, like your laughter in the half-light, like the way you said I'll be home soon. And every silence in this house still carries something I can't lose. No matter how much time goes by, the night still sounds like you. If I could have one more midnight, one more slow dance in the kitchen light, I'd hold you like I should have then, and beg the morning not to come again. But all I have are these reflections and the echo of your name. A heart still learning how to break without forgetting what remains. The night still sounds like you, in the stillness and the midnight blue, in the shadows by the doorway, in the dreams I'm always waking to. And every room inside this house still keeps a little piece of you. No matter how I try to heal, the night still sounds like you. Some people leave the room, but their echo stays behind. I still hear you in the silence, I turned the key, the house was quiet, like it was waiting just for me. Your coffee cup is still in the cupboard, your shadow's still in every room I see. There's a jacket hanging by the doorway, like you might walk back in tonight. And I swear for just a second, I almost heard you say I'm fine. Time keeps moving, but some things don't. Some hearts break slowly and never let go. the whole world feels too quiet around me. Every memory keeps calling, like your name was never meant to fade away. And even now, when no one's talking, I still hear you in the silence every day. I drove by our old street this morning, the one where we were young and sure, where forever felt so easy and love felt like it could endure. Now the windows hold new curtains and someone else lives in that light, but I still see us in the driveway, trying not to say goodbye. Maybe healing isn't forgetting. Maybe it's learning to live with what's missing. I still hear you in the silence, in the spaces where your laughter used to be, in the midnight and the half-light, when the whole world feels too quiet around me. Every memory keeps calling, like your name was never meant to fade away. And even now, when no one's talking, I still hear you in the silence every day. If I had one last conversation, I wouldn't ask where we went wrong. I just thank you for the moments that still keep me holding on, for the nights beneath the streetlights, for the way you said my name, for the part of me that loved you and will never be the same. I still hear you in the silence, in the echoes of the life we used to know, in the stillness of the morning, in the places that I never really go. And though I know the world keeps turning, and I know I have to find my way somehow, there's a part of me still listening for your voice inside the silence. Even now, some people leave the room, but never leave the silence. There was a time when forever sounded easy, just your hand in mine, and every dream between us, we painted futures on the walls of our hearts, never thinking they could fall apart. But seasons change, and people do, and somehow I lost you. We were forever until we weren't. A beautiful fire that slowly burned. I still hear your voice in every quiet room. smile when the flowers bloom. We were forever, at least that's what we believed. Before forever became a memory. I still drive past the places we loved, and every street light feels like a photograph. The years keep moving, but some feelings stay, like your shadow refusing to fade away. I tried to let go, I tried to be strong, but some goodbyes last too long. We were forever until we weren't. A beautiful fire that slowly burned. I still hear your voice in every quiet room. Still see your smile when the flowers bloom. We were forever, at least that's what we believed. Before forever became a memory. If I could borrow one more night with you, I'd tell you all the things I never got to. That losing you changed everything, and some hearts never stop remembering. We were forever until we weren't, but loving you was still worth the hurt. And even now, though years have passed, the best parts of us still last. We were forever for a moment in time, and a part of you will always be mine. Some promises fade, but some memories never do. The coffee shop on 7th Avenue still plays the songs we used to know. I passed the corner where you kissed me, and suddenly I'm moving slow. The city keeps on breathing like nothing ever changed, but every street I walk reminds me of the way you said my name. I thought time would make it easier. I thought I'd finally be alright, but some memories wait in silence, only to return at night. I'm somewhere between missing you and learning but your shadow still follows me home. I'm somewhere between missing you and moving on. I saw your photograph this morning, hidden inside a drawer. And for a moment all the distance didn't matter anymore. I remembered all the laughter, the plans we never made, and now forever felt so easy before it slipped away. Maybe healing isn't forgetting. Maybe it's carrying less pain with every memory that remains. I'm somewhere between missing you and learning how to let you go. Somewhere between holding on and knowing I should move on alone. I smile a little more these days, but your shadow still follows me home. I'm somewhere between missing you and moving on. If I could see you one last time, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I'd simply thank you for the moments that still light my darkest days. Because love doesn't disappear just because it's gone. Sometimes it becomes a memory we carry on and on. I'm somewhere between missing you and finally finding who I am. Somewhere between yesterday and learning how to love again. The story didn't end the way we thought it would back then. But somewhere between missing you, I found myself again. And maybe that's what healing is, not forgetting, just learning to carry the memory. The memory you left behind. I found your name inside an old notebook, hidden between pages of another year. And suddenly the room grew quiet, like your voice was standing here. The dust was dancing through the sunlight, like tiny pieces of the past. And every memory I buried found a way to come back. Some things fade, some things disappear, but some hearts keep holding on long after you're gone. You're the memory you left behind, the shadow living in my mind, the song I hear on sleepless nights, the reason certain stars still shine. And though I know you're not coming home, your story never said goodbye. You're the memory you left behind, and somehow still a part of mine. The city changed its colors, and the years moved on somehow, but there are moments in the silence that still bring me back somehow. A familiar scent, a distant melody, and suddenly I find myself standing where we used to be. Maybe love doesn't end, maybe it learns to hide inside the spaces time can't reach. You're the memory you left behind, the shadow living in my mind, the song I hear on sleepless nights, the reason certain stars still shine. And though I know you're not coming home, the story never said goodbye. You're the memory you left behind, and somehow still a part of mine. If memories were oceans, I'd still be lost at sea, following the echoes of who we used to be. And if forever only lives inside the things we knew, then forever still belongs to me and you. You're the memory you left behind, the light that lingers after night, the dream that time could never steal, the love that still survives. And though this road goes on without you, some feelings never die. You're the memory you left behind, and you'll be with me for all my life. Some memories fade, yours never did. The city sleeps, but some memories stay awake. I saw your shadow in the streetlight, dancing softly in the rain. For a second I believed you were coming back again. The Stars were hanging over rooftops like they knew what I was thinking. And every quiet corner still remembers where we've been. Maybe love never really leaves. Maybe it changes shape and hides inside the night. When the moon remembers us, I can feel your heartbeat in the dark, like a photograph of summer still hanging in my heart. And though the years keep moving, some feelings never fade. When the moon remembers us, you don't seem so far away. Old songs still play in coffee shops, and somehow bring me back to conversations unfinished and dreams we couldn't have. I know life is carried on, and maybe that's okay, but sometimes memories arrive without asking if they'll stay. Maybe every love story leaves a little light behind. When the moon remembers us, I can hear your laughter on the wind, like a melody I loved and never wanted to end. And though we're different people than we were yesterday, when the moon remembers us, you don't seem so far away. Maybe somewhere under this same sky, you're thinking of me too. Maybe every lonely midnight still carries pieces of the truth. And if our story ended, the feeling never did, because some hearts keep holding on to beautiful things they miss. When the moon remembers us, I can see forever in your eyes, like a dream that left too early, but never really died. And if I never find you in this lifetime once again, I'll still smile. When the moon remembers the way we used to be. The city sleeps, but the moon remembers everything. Tonight the house feels colder than it ever did before. Your picture still hangs quietly beside the bedroom door. I should have packed it away by now, like everyone suggests. But some memories aren't decorations, they're scars inside your chest. I still know the way you'd laugh when something caught you by surprise. And sometimes in a crowded room, I swear I catch your eyes, but strangers pass and reality returns, leaving only echoes and lessons that still burn. I thought time would be enough to help me understand why the future we imagined slipped right through our hands. You were my forever once, the dream I never questioned, the answer to the prayers I never even mentioned. I saw my whole life in your smile, every season yet to come. Now all I have are memories of who we used to become. You were my forever once, and somehow that's still true, because forever never ended for me. It only ended for you. The years keep moving forward, like they're leaving me behind. Everyone says healing comes, but healing takes its time. I've learned how to keep breathing, I've learned how to hide the pain, but every time it starts to fade, your memory falls like rain. There's a song we used to listen to, late driving after dark. I heard it on the radio, and it tore my world apart, because for a moment you were sitting there again, and I wasn't a lonely man trying to remember when. Maybe love doesn't disappear, maybe it just changes shape, living in the spaces that absence leaves behind. You were my forever ones, the reason I believed that two hearts could stay together through everything life brings. I held tomorrow in my hands whenever you were near. Now tomorrow feels so empty without you here. You were my forever once, the best part of my life, and every star above me knows I never said goodbye. Heaven keeps old memories, I hope I still remain. Every laugh, every promise, every joy, every pain. And if somehow you're watching from somewhere far away, I hope you know not a single day has passed that I didn't wish you'd stay. You were my forever ones, the love that shaped my soul, the chapter that may have ended but never truly closed. I met the sunrise thousands of times since you walked away, yet part of me is standing in that moment still today. You were my forever once, my home, my heart, my truth. And even if 'cause some love's unforgotten, no matter what we do. You were my forever once, and part of me will always belong to you. The night grows quiet, the stars burn slow. Your name still lives in places nobody knows, and somewhere beyond this lonely blue, my forever once will always be you. Heard from an old friend yesterday that you're doing well these days. You found a house outside the city and finally changed your name. He showed me a picture on his phone. You were smiling like before, the kind of smile I used to think would always be mine somehow. And standing there beside you was a man I've never known, looking at you the way I once did, like he'd already found his home. I smiled and said I'm happy for you, like people are supposed to do. But the truth hit harder later, when I found myself alone. Somebody else sleeps beside you now. Somebody else hears your midnight thoughts. Somebody else reaches for your hand when the world gets cold and dark. Somebody else knows the little things that only lovers ever learn. And every time I think about it, my heart still hurts, because somebody else sleeps beside you now. And I still dream about you somehow. Does he know you hate the thunder? Do you still leave the hallway light? Does he know you cry at movies and steal all the blankets at night? Does he know your favorite song, the one you'd play when life got rough? Does he realize how lucky he is to wake up beside your love? I know these questions change nothing. The years have already made their choice, but some memories refuse to leave, no matter how much time destroys. Maybe moving on is easy for hearts that never broke this way. Maybe some people heal completely, and some just learn to stay. Somebody else sleeps beside you now. Somebody else hears your laughter first. Somebody else gets the best of you, while I hold on to beside you now. While you're still here inside of me, I don't blame you for finding happiness. You waited longer than I knew, and maybe love was always meant to lead you somewhere new. But there are nights when I still wonder if you ever think of me, when the room grows quiet and you're too awake to sleep. Somebody else sleeps beside you now. Somebody else whispers your name. Somebody else gets to hold the life I once thought I'd never lose someday. The world kept turning after us, even when I wished it wouldn't move. And the hardest thing I've ever learned is loving you enough to let you choose. Somebody else sleeps beside you now. That's the truth I finally found. But somewhere deep inside my heart, you'll always be the one who never really left, even now. Tonight the moon hangs over town, the same moon shining on you. Maybe you're asleep in someone's arms, while I'm remembering two hearts that once believed they'd never have to say goodbye. But now somebody else sleeps beside you now. It started like 1,000 fights, two stubborn hearts, one sleepless night. Words fell faster than we could think, and pride pushed us both to the brink. You stood there with tears in your eyes, I stood there hiding mine. Neither one of us could see we were running out of time. The door slammed harder than it should, the silence cut through everything. I thought we'd cool down and call tomorrow, like we always did. But tomorrow came without your voice, the next day came the same. And before I knew it, distance learned your name. That was the goodbye I never meant, the moment I thought was temporary, the words I wish I'd never said, the ending that still carries me. I thought there'd be another chance, another night to make things right, but forever slipped away from us in the middle of that fight. And now I'm living with the goodbye I never meant. I've replayed that night a million times, searching every memory, trying to find the place where love turned into a tragedy. Maybe if I'd held your hand, maybe if I'd stayed instead, maybe if I'd listened more to the tears behind your words. Now your side of town feels strange, your favorite places feel like dreams, and every road we used to take still leads right back to me. People say mistakes make us stronger, maybe that's true somehow, but I trade every lesson I've learned just to have you now. That was the goodbye I never meant, the storm I thought would pass us by. The last look in your eyes still follows me every night. I thought love was strong enough to survive one broken day. I never thought forever could simply walk away and leave me here with the goodbye I never meant. If I could stand in that room again, I'd throw my pride against the wall. I'd pull you close before you left, before we lost it all. I tell you love is worth the hurt, worth every tear and every scar, because a life without you turned out harder than we are. Sometimes I still reach for my phone when the night gets cold, still hoping somehow you'll answer like before. Still hoping somehow this story isn't over. That was the goodbye I never meant, the sentence I can't take back, the moment that divided life into before and after that. The years keep moving forward, but my heart remains the same, still standing in that doorway, still calling out your name. If love can hear me anywhere across the miles we've spent, then know I'm still sorry for the goodbye I never meant. The house is quiet now, the moonlight fills the hall, and if I could change one moment, I'd change that night. I'd change it all, because some words fade away, but some remain, like the goodbye